we made these decisions in light of like the past month. There's been a lot going on, but it has to do with like where we think the roster should go in terms of direction, and assessing potential. But yeah, that's basically why we made the decisions that we made.
All right. Oh, fancy setup, Josh. Nice. I like the pillar in the background. It's a nice touch.
And we're in the second floor. Yes, sixth floor. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. No, it's a cool
Yeah.
backdrop.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it's good to see you again, man. How's everything been with just life?
Just it's always busy, off season shenanigans, and still trying to figure it out. But I mean, this is a cool. I mean, it's been fun here in New York. They put us in a good spot.
Yeah, I'm not
Can't complain. Yeah,
I'm not there right now, but it's are you in Manhattan specifically, or are you in the outskirts of New York?
like I think it's like a couple blocks to Times Square.
Oh, that's
So we were
sick.
just there last night. Yeah, it's not bad.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, I will
and like
ask.
next to
Yeah, sorry,
Square.
continue.
What'd you say?
Oh, sorry, it was just lagging a bit.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. So, I want to just ask specifically because last time I spoke to you was Champs. So, what are your just reflections after Champs Paris, and what are the things that you really took time to really think about after that top eight finish?
Um, of course, we had high expectations going to the tournament, and there's a lot of things that like we messed up on. Some actually, I would say it falls squarely on me as a head coach to make sure like some of these problems didn't occur. Like some of them could be predicted, and some like I just straight up made a mistake. And yeah, it was a tough period after champs, and that we were hoping at least like make it to the final weekend, and like whatever happens, happens. And we had like multiple opportunities to make it there, whether it be from group stage, trying to land us like the first seed instead of a second seed. And everyone knows how the bracket turned out, where it was a very top heavy with Fnatic, PRX, ourselves, and DRX on that top side of the bracket. Um, but you can't complain because like we couldn't complain because like we determined the seeding. Like we got upset first very first match. Um, Even with that, we had a really good opportunity to beat PRX. Didn't close it there, and then we had another chance in the lower bracket. And there were some mistakes in the veto, of course. So like all that is just part of my like just understanding. Like yeah, we could have done a lot of things better. Um, I stand by some of the decisions, but I definitely won't be making those decisions going forward.
Yeah, and apologize because I had scheduling conflicts, so I couldn't make that press conference. But I mean, now that there's some time away from it, what were your reflections on that veto? Do you still stand by that decision in the DRX series, or?
Yeah, so um I will always put faith in like my IGL, his reads, how we've been doing our vetoes this whole year. Um I always give him leeway to like make his own calls, and we do have a system, and it's one of those like I I allowed it, I backed it, and so I will always say like I'm confident with the decision we made. Like that doesn't mean I'll keep making those kind of decisions, right? Like I every year, every tournament, I update like my process and try to figure out like okay, maybe this wasn't the best route. So hopefully that makes sense. Like I'm standing by what I did, but that doesn't mean I'll do it again in the future. And like there's been a lot of those like little moments throughout the tournament where that's how like we thought this is how we should have been doing it, but you know, like you don't know what you don't know until it happens, and we're working with the best information available, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, like we just went through that experience, um, only bubbled out at top eight, very winnable tournament for sure. I mean, it definitely you definitely feel something when you see another team that you've beaten in domestic in the domestic region twice, win it all, and it was a really nice wake up call for everybody. You
Hmm.
think like, yeah, this was our tournament to win. Also, our tournament, it was our tournament to lose here, and like we just need to step up in some of these like moments here.
Yeah, and I mean, that makes sense. You always want to have confidence in the decisions you make, because then you'll start
Yeah.
second guessing yourself. So, in this past month, ever since champs, how have you been using that time to both just reset after? I'd probably say that G2 is the busiest team because of how many events you're qualifying to, while also preparing, using this time to prepare for 2026. How have you been balancing that, everything?
Yeah, we actually were the busiest team in the past 2 years. Actually, I was actually looking at like the like how many matches we played the most matches. We have the highest win rate of all the teams in the past 2 years. Obviously you can't include the first year of partnership because we weren't in it. Um, and like yeah, we went through all the events pretty much except the very first event that we missed out. So yeah, like the fatigue and the travel, and constantly preparing for like these big games, like it does take a toll on you. So the way I approach these like off seasons, like the short off season of like uh having like intense recovery, So, like you don't have that much time before the next event happens, or we have to, as everyone knows, like we made a roster change, like we have to prepare best we can with a short amount of time. So yeah, it's being intentional with our recovery period, our process there. And then just going back into work. And after this event, we'll be having another break, and then we'll go back into work, and it'll be like a cycle of that. But I've been I've been pretty good with my team to just be really really intentional with like how well we recover.
Yeah. Do you mind talking about that roster change? Because it was just announced today that Jonah wouldn't be on the active lineup. First off, is Andre going to be the stand-in for, or the player on the roster for Red Bull New York? Or wait, no, he's in the commentating. Who's the fifth player?
For Redbull New York, it'll be Andre Baby.
But I think he's on the desk too. No, right? Like,
No, he's on the desk for GCC
oh,
in
okay, yeah,
Korea.
there we
But
go. Gotcha.
I mean, depending on like when this interview gets released, like we'll make the announcement tomorrow,
Okay.
that Baby will be playing as our lineup, and then yeah, that's the roster. So like we made these decisions in light of like the past month. There's been a lot going on, but it has to do with like where we think the roster should go in terms of direction, and assessing potential. But yeah, that's basically why we made the decisions that we made.
Hmm. So was this initial decision something that was made in the past week, or was it pretty early in the off season by chance?
Um, it's something that we had to go through the past 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm. And I understand if you don't have an answer for it, but would we be expecting Baby Bay in the lineup for VCT 2026, or is this tournament kind of a testing period to see how the roster shapes up for the new season?
For that, you'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's all cool. And then I'll keep the this news in embargo until you announce it, so I won't release this until tomorrow. But
Okay.
I also just want to take some time just to chat because it's been a while. I got used to speaking to you every single week at the studio. Our past few interviews have
Yeah.
been remote, but how's just life life been? I know we talked about it earlier, but have you? What have been some of the fun things? Did you get to do the Paris thing with your girlfriend afterwards? Any fun things for just Josh, not the coach, during this period?
Sometimes it gets tied together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seen it.
we stayed. I always try to make it a point to stay after event. Just to it's really hard to find time to enjoy the city that you're in. You travel so much, but some of these events that you're immediately after you're out, right?
Yeah.
or you're flying back, um, you don't get to do some of the touristy stuff that typically you want to do, and I was able to do that, um, and some more. So just trying to experience life a little bit more in Paris. It's always fun. I like the city a lot. It's super walkable. Everywhere you go, it looks amazing. Um, in terms of like the architecture, like it's very very nice on the eyes, pretty much. And all the food is great. Like we just got to explore the city.
Yeah.
Um, we had a nice dinner on the river. That's always nice. On the boat, so that was a fun time. But afterwards, I went to New York actually. Um, it, was at like a friend's wedding.
Oh, okay.
And then hopped into the whole off-season shenanigans in LA.
Hmm.
Right? Yeah, it's been fun. In the term of like, I always find like work enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like I know I say like it can be kind of stressful at times, but like I wouldn't trade it for anything else really.
No, I got you. I mean, that's the vibe that I always got. I mean, we've talked about it before where you're talking about how you're I guess you said before you pick your struggle or you pick your suffering or
Yeah,
something like that.
it could be both, right? Like you choose what you want to you choose your suffering. Yeah, that's the term.
Hmm.
Um, but like, I think that's how you feel fulfilled in life. And for now in this time period of my life, it's just working on a team, trying to make them better, and have that goal of just try to bring out the potential of these people that I'm trying to help.
Hmm. Out of curiosity, in scale 1 to 10, do you feel fulfilled, or do you feel it's a bit tough to feel that way because of some of the goals that you had for 2025, and while it was very good, you weren't able to achieve what you set out for?
Yeah, I think if you asked me like 3 weeks ago, or actually like right after champs, it would be no, like a 2 out of 10. Like God, like that sucks. Like we couldn't make it far, at least to the final weekend. Like we all stayed and watched. Um, and the arena was amazing. The fans were amazing, and it just looked like an insane tournament. Very happy that Energy won. Um, just proud of like Ethan and Sam, like their journey. And I was talking to them afterwards, like, damn, like you guys did it. You guys are insane. Because they were my former players, like
Yeah.
back in 2020. And
True.
just you just recognize like you recognize the path that they were on, and you can't hate it. You're just like, wow, this like I'm happy that they were able to achieve something like that.
Hmm.
Obviously it hurts to say like, oh, we could have done the same, but maybe we weren't ready. And that's the reality of competition. There's only one winner. And some of us like we have to take our lessons, and maybe we just weren't ready for that moment. Clearly. So but yeah, like after the pain subside a little bit and you start thinking like, yeah, still pretty fulfilling. It's fun to do all these events. Um, it's fun to work on something with people, like because we're in a service industry to work on like helping them. And this is just an easy goal to shoot for while we're trying to be better people, I guess.
Hmm.
So in that lens, it's been more fulfilling.
That's cool. I'm glad that you've been using this time. I always have faith in you to reflect. You're like Valorant's version of Yoda. But final final minute. Just any closing remarks, Josh?
um Thanks for all the supporters, of course. I know, like in the line of the news, there's gonna be a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Um, just trust us that like we're trying to make the best decisions possible with the information that we have, and we just want to be very competitive for this upcoming season. So hopefully we do very similar results, maybe even better than last year. But yeah, stay tuned for that.
All right, awesome, Josh. Appreciate your time. Always good catching up. I'll see you in the studio in 2026.
Okay, for
All right.
sure, man.
Bye.
Always fun.
Peace.
Later, man.